Hey y'all, it's your girl coming through with a hot new video. I know y'all see what I got going on, and check out this before and after. So I'm showing you guys this wig before I cut and toned it, and of course, as you see, I already had it on. So this is a reinstall with me recoloring it and cutting it and revamping it. Y'all all know the deal. Y'all want to tune in, stay tuned, subscribe, and join the team. I appreciate all y'all. So, as y'all see, this is the wig prior to it, the whole little ball game. You can see it got glue residue on it, foundation, practically looking raggedy, scraggedy. Girl, I ain't wore this wig since the summer. Yeah, so I shampooed it and I also hot watered it off camera. I thought I recorded it, but I just took some shimmering lights and some hot water and I put my wig in there and I combed it through to make sure that the toner was all the way throughout the wig. I also let this wig air dry overnight. So you see I'm taking my Chi heat protectant and I'm gonna go through and I'm just gonna press the part in and the front just to get some type of, order in my life. As you can see, like I said it before, this is a reinstall. Listen, y'all, if y'all go rehab and reinstall y'all wigs, it is important to take your time. Y'all go hear me stress this out. Since y'all asking and requesting to know what I be doing to my hair and how I be making it work, this is how. I'm patient, number one. So make sure you take your time. That glue is not gonna come off the bottom of the lace without you fully soaking it and having a shampoo on it. Just matter of fact, if y'all want to see an actual video on how to clean your wigs when you're trying to rehab an old wig and reinstall it. So clearly I done started on the cut. I'm doing kind of like a medium blunt bob, and you see I'm taking that comb and I'm just using that as my guideline to make sure that I'm even in the front, because the mannequin head don't have a chin or a jawline to kind of figure out where you're going. So it's easier to take that comb and use it as a guideline. Pretty much just doing a blunt cut. Y'all know, anybody who cut hair, the bob, the infamous bob, takes forever and a days to cut. So I just gave you guys a quick rendition of how I cut it, and I could not find my shears, y'all, so I had to make it do what it do, and it took me a lot longer with these little bitty scissors. And for real, I prefer to cut with clippers, but not everybody have clippers, so I decided to use some scissors. So what I was doing right there was, when you're trying to do a blunt cut, it's important that you kind of angle the head down so you can get that step. I know plenty of people has cut their hair and then when they go and put their head down, it just tip out like a little ducktail. If you lean the mannequin head or have your clients turn their head down, then it will alleviate that second cut that you'll have to go through. If you don't have them angle their head down, then you will have to put it up and then go through a cut again and all that extra stuff. But if you have them tilt their head down, then it'll alleviate that. And also, when it comes to wigs and whatnot, you want to make sure you have an idea of really how you want your bob or your style to lay, dependent, and that's going to help you decide on what tool to use, whether it's a razor, clipper, or your shears. Down. So as you see, I'm just going around, and again, it's taking me forever because I got those little scissors, so I kind of did it in steps. I cut the front part, cut it through that, and then I went through and then I cut the second half. As you see, I'm leaning down. So like I said, again, take your time. It is important to check your work too, because you don't want to cut it and think you got it perfect and think this is just it, and then you put it on your client head and they moving and putting their fingers through their head, and now they have long strands that is just not there. If you have to cut while you're flat ironing, then you did not do a good thorough cut before you decided to style the hair. I mean, skill come with time and experience. I did go to school. I did teach for a couple of years, so I do have the experience in haircutting. Is one of the things that I kind of like specialize in when I was there. So, you know, I understand the importance of doing a good cut before you style, because it kind of like cut into your time. Y'all see it? Shaking and jaking it. Shaking and jaking it. And I haven't checked through the haircut. So this is what I mean by checking. So as you see, I'm going through the hair and I am pulling this hair all which ways. I like to put my hair behind my ears. I like to put it back, style it. So I'm just going through and making sure that everything is even. You will see what I cut off. I'm cutting off anything that stick out. And being that it is like a blunt bob, as you can see, I'm not over directing that hair or pulling that hair up like that, like super high like that, because that'll put layers in the hair. So I'm just going with the angle of gravity on how I'm checking it. So if you guys never understood how you ended up with layers and you trying to go straight when you checking, that's because you over directing your hair. So you kind of want to take the time to try to figure that out. So now I'm going to quickly show y'all flat iron. Y'all know flat iron. I'm again pulling out the chi. I got to get me some new flat irons. Don't ask, don't talk junk. They do what it do. I was bald head for years. I'm going to get me some new flat irons. Hopefully my husband, hint, hint, here I want some new flat irons and get me some for Christmas. Some titanium flat irons. Okay? Hint, hint. So yeah, y'all just gonna see me move through the back, and quite frankly, recording me doing my hair is pretty much new for me, and trying to figure out ways not to be in the camera, baby, get on my nerves. So this is what I'm showing y'all right here. So under the bob, I put tight curls under the bob, that way it won't be sticking out and boofy down at the bottom, and then I lightly bent all the additional hair, even the front and the back. It's gonna kind of look straight with a small bend, but the first layers, like the underneath, I curled it pretty tight, and that's gonna give me the body and help it move and help it not look so stiff and fake and wiggalicious because of how I curled it. And for those who haven't got hip to this chi iron guard or iron protector, man, get hip. It's expensive, but it's worth every little buck. Ulta do carry it, or you can kind of like order it online. I don't know where else to go to get it from, but I got it from Ulta, and baby, it's a lifesaver. And again, I am working on blonde hair, so you guys, you can easily burn and singe and make your hair brittle and make it fray, as in split ends if your heat is too high. This flat iron only go up to 300, so it's kind of perfect, but it is putting like lines in the hair. As you can see, they pretty old, bro. I don't even know where I got them from, but that's how I know I need new flat irons, because you don't want the creases or the lines of demarcation being forced into the hair from the flat irons, and then you have to put more heat on the hair that it shouldn't, that it don't need. And I want to show you what I was talking about when I said I wasn't bending it as hard as I was for the first portion, or the under layer of the back, like the part that's close to my skin. I really, like, I put a nice little bend in it. I look so crazy. Don't judge me. Don't judge me. I'm gonna look good after this wig on. Then y'all be like, there go the girl I know. I said, I'm trying to figure it out. I be at home chilling, minding my business. I got kids, y'all. I be making shit happen though, as y'all see. Moving through. And no, I did not make this wig. If if y'all was wondering. I did not make this one. This is one of my older wigs. I ordered it from AliExpress. I actually got 2 of them. And this one was 22 inches and the other one was 10 inches. And I turned that into a shorter, like, jawline vibe. And it's like a bluish green color. And yeah, but I don't even remember what store I bought it from AliExpress. But this wig do shed. And one thing I didn't like about the hair, especially in this length, is that it did not hold curls. Like, at all. It just feel like some baby doll hair, even though I know it's human hair. But yeah, and you know, yeah, that's all I got to say about the wig. But I'll be making it do what it do. You wouldn't know if I ain't tell you. But yeah, I'm gonna find some better places to find the wigs. But you know, hey, it is what it is. It's looking pretty good to me so far. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna go in and press it again. You know, I'll be, when I do the voiceovers, y'all, I'll be watching it right along with y'all. Yeah, and see, I use the little heat protector on the bill with the little frizz, and just use the heat on that, on the flat iron. As you guys know from my last video, I've been experimenting with my ball cap. And for real, y'all, the powder method really, really worked for me. I enjoyed my install, because that was my first time doing it. I really enjoyed it. It didn't itch. Like, it didn't itch. Like, that is the biggest thing for me, because I would dig and dig. Y'all know scratching y'all lace will cause bald spots. You can also cause ulcers or lacerations in your skin. The proper definition for ulcer is an open wound, okay? So it will cause that under all that when you got so much built up. So the powder just worked marvelous for me. And I just go over it with a little Got2b spray to kind of like make sure the powder don't fall off. And I take that powder kind of like over the whole half portion of my head when I'm wearing blind. And I'm still using the Ghost Bond. Look, glue costs $20, y'all. I don't know if y'all ain't figured it out, $20 enough. So I'm not going to another brand until I use all this Ghost Bond before I go spend another $20, okay? And I'm gonna do 3 layers of this, still using the technique that I talked about in my previous video, making sure that I rub the glue down and smooth it and get it to about 1 inch thick over the wig cap and also on my skin. And you want to make sure that you use thin layers. And I'm only putting 3 layers on. And the key to putting on your glue, guys, is to make sure that it's all the way clear before you go to the next layer or before you apply your actual wig. So just remember, if it's white, it ain't right. If y'all see white spots, it's still white. Do not add the next layer. Do not put your wig on, okay? It's gonna make a hot mess. And I'm just taking some Beauty Bakery and I'm going over the whole portion of the lace. Again, this is a 613 blonde wig that I have toned to like a really, really white blonde. And to get the most natural illusion, I do go over the whole wig, stand kind of like heavy towards the front portion. So after the 3 layers is dry. And again, you guys, this is a reinstall, okay? So a reinstall means that it was already cut to the shape of my head, and I cut this. Now, if I decide to start doing hair again, if I was to do a reinstall, I would not do a reinstall that somebody else cut. I think it only makes sense to do something that you cut so you can remember your layout and what you did. And it's important when y'all are reinstalling something that's already cut that you guys really pay attention to the placement and take your time. That way you won't end up with any buckles, because it is very easy to end up with a buckle in the wig. And it's easier for me to kind of like just pin my sideburns before I move to the front and all the way press that down, because once it's pressed in that glue, it's in there. It's in there, honey. So yeah, take your time and make sure there's no buckles. I can't express that enough. You don't want no folds or buckles in it, because once it's set, you stuck with a fold and buckle, and you're gonna not be happy with your install. And be careful with using your fingers, you guys. I just, experience will make you, help you understand how to get out of anything. So I got enough experience to know how to make shit happen. So now I'm just going through in with a tight tooth comb, and I'm combing that hair back, and at the same time pressing that lace into the glue. And I can't state enough that lace wig is a illusion, okay? No matter what you do, no matter how you melt it, it's gonna be perfectly melted maybe the first or 2 days, depending on your upkeep at home. By the third or fourth day, the lace, like if you don't know how to keep your lace together, the illusion is going to start to fade, okay? So it's important to learn at home upkeep also, to make sure that you are not lifting your wig and tearing it up. And again, you guys know that these are my edge scarves that are available with matching bonnets. That's on my site right now. And I'm just melting that lace into the glue. And I did high heat on it. And let's see the reveal. All right, now it's looking good to me. Again, that is an illusion. You can see kind of like the little bit of white, but I'm going to take makeup and cover that up as you should, as any smart stylist would. Look at my husband, y'all. Ain't he beautiful? He having fun with me. And it's sideburn time, y'all. Y'all know how I feel about the sideburns, y'all, because without it, it's just naked. So, this is a reinstall, and I felt like it looked kind of bulky because, after you wear a wig, it starts to shed, the edges start to kind of like go back because they start to like shed out. So, all you got to do is go in and pluck to, get it where you want it to be. And it is okay to pluck while it's on your head if you have let your glue dry and you have followed the steps and applied it right, and it's not going to move, lift, or affect nothing. Getting that part to fine. Y'all, I want to get some wax, like the little wax sticks people be using. Leave in the comments the best wax stick I should invest in, y'all. Let me know what y'all using. Or tag people and shoot me in the right way. Shoot me into the right direction of the person who really knows. So again, I'm going to go in with that pressing comb again to define the part that I just made, right? Because I thought that was the middle on a mannequin. And on my head, the middle is different. So I'm just going through. And y'all, it is important. Y'all need a pressing comb. I don't use the electric comb. I use the real old school. Put it on the stove and make it do what it do. I don't got time for all that plug up stuff. So I'm going to define my part. And I did get the makeup on the hair. And all you got to do is take you some makeup remover and wipe it off the blonde hair, y'all. Taking that finger and smudging it in. And I'm going to remove that. So now I'm going through to get these sideburns laid with my Nairobi. That boy was long over there. Swoop and loops. Y'all know how I do. It looking so pretty, y'all. Oh, don't know why I'm just not toning that wig. I don't know what I was thinking. I think when I wore it, I couldn't find my shimmer lights. I don't know. But it looks amazing. I can't believe I was wearing that yellow hair like that, y'all. What was I thinking? Tripping? No, I'm happy. Dancing it out. So yeah, just showing y'all a quick little, after I threw a little bit more baby hair on her off camera. Before I got my life together. And this is me when life is together. I was feeling my swing. Thought I was cute, y'all. I just wanted to show like the versatility in the wig on how it can go up and down. And I wanted to remind y'all where we came from, the journey, the before and after. Y'all see me. You know, this is the wig before it got toned and cut later. And this is me after. And I appreciate all you guys for tuning in and checking me out, guys. I'm so happy at the response you guys are giving me with these videos. So yeah, love y'all. See y'all later. Enjoy. Don't forget to subscribe, y'all, because I know.